Yeah, tell it to me. Drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let the cocaine be. Yeah, tell it to me. Drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let the cocaine be. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's killed my friends, it's gonna kill me too. Hey, hey, buddy, let the cocaine be. Hey, some of you people, you think you're tough, sniffing that cocaine just like snuff. Hey, hey, buddy, let the cocaine be. Well, tell it to me. Drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let the cocaine be. Yeah, tell it to me. Drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let the cocaine be. Wow.
Welcome to the point of return. It's been a little while. Last time, Chris didn't even get to make it to us. He's been slammed with business, which is a good thing. It's always good to keep the idle hands busy.
Yes.
And so we figured we'd do this little show. We didn't even coordinate. We both wore blue.
Yeah, we didn't even plan that.
So we just kind of threw together. We said, we'll meet on this day, and then we check with each other, and then if it works out, it works out. And, so I guess we'll just do a little recap of what we've been going through, and then maybe a little bit more of Chris's story. But to let you know, if you do have a story you want to tell or you want to get with us, we will make the time and make it work.
Absolutely.
And we'll come to you or you come to us. We'll make it happen.
You're sharing your story is going to help somebody else if they hear it. That they want to get, maybe they want what you got, and your way might help somebody.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of what we're doing here is to reach out and let you know that you're not alone.
That's right. You're never alone. There's always somebody. It's like we was talking before we got started here. You know, 10 years ago in recovery, it was wasn't a big thing around town, so to speak. I started Todd's place, and they kind of, not tooting my own horn or anything, but after that, the doors started. People started getting interest. It started drawing interest, and people started getting in and wanting to have things to help people, meetings and somewhat to help people, and it's just exploded. I'm just overwhelmed at how much help there actually is out there now.
Well, let's touch on Todd's place a little bit. So you decided you wanted to help, and that was your way of giving back?
Well, I was working for the Salvation Army and running a recovery house for them in Indianapolis. And I just, my heart's always been, once you get to live in Austin, you always want to come back and help. And I wanted to help fix what I helped tear up, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of all the drugs that I'd done and used to sell and this, that, and the other. And I just kept praying about it. And he opened the door for me to, Angie, my wife, actually was cousins with Grover Stacy, who owned that community care nursing home that sat idle in Seymour for 15 years. And God kind of told me that was the place. And I met with Grover and shared my dream or my vision with him, and he believed in it. And man, that was a 33,000 square foot building. I had 120 guys there at one time. And I started out with 5 guys and thought that I would go slow. Within 2 weeks, I had 40. And I went from swimming in the shallow end to diving right into the deep end.
The way it goes,
So many people wanting to help. And
yeah, once you open it up, it's usually a floodgate. I mean, it's just, you got to go at their pace. You can't go at yours.
yeah, and it's we helped a lot of guys, and I've been praying about if God, everything's for a season,
Right.
and we did that for 3 years, and we baptized over 200 men, and not that's all we was doing God's work. You know, it
You still
wasn't
keep
my work; it was God's work. And man, I was a man of many hats.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you still keep in contact with a
oh
lot of
yeah,
them?
there's a lot of guys I still text on a regular basis that are still doing the deal. They're elders or deacons in the church. They're preachers. They're some of them's got their own ministries, and Jason Davis is here in Crowsville at the First Baptist Church. He's a Sunday night minister and has Celebrate Recovery on Monday nights there. So he was a graduate of Todd's Place and works for Centerstone, I believe. And I don't know, there's numerous people that work in recovery that came through Todd's
Everybody
Place.
looks for their way to give back.
Yeah.
So because you don't have to be on the level of a preacher.
You help yourself. You help yourself by giving back.
Yeah, but you don't have to be on the level of a preacher or a
No,
deacon. You can
come as you are.
You could be a volunteer. You could just share your story
Absolutely. Your story, I mean,
or testimony.
any clean time you qualify. You know what I mean? Because your story is going to help somebody else and say, hey, if he done it, I can do it. Because there was a lot of people said, there's no way Chris Hunley done that because of the bad that I was a pretty bad fellow there for a long time.
Let's get into that because in school, we've talked about this. You were just regular kid growing up, playing baseball and basketball, and just you know,
Running around with all the
yeah, you hate to say right people, but you know what I mean. But then, nobody was really doing anything.
that's the thing. We had our cliques in school, and once that clique goes away, that group that you surround yourself with, that positive environment, when that goes away, you got to be careful of who you put yourself around because.
But you had your morals, so you knew right from wrong. But so
Yeah.
what was?
I tell you what really got me. What really got me started. I mean, heck, my family farm. They still farm over almost 3,000 acres, and they drink. And I've always not through school. I didn't do much of that, but afterwards, when I went to work on the farm and stuff, I drank a little bit. I smoked a joint every now and then or something, but I mean, I'm a farmer, a lot of them do that, but I joined the fire department and went to a fire one night and got up on the ladder. Was up on the ladder fighting a fire on the second story, and the guy running the truck idled it up too much, and it kicked that hose and kicked me back, and it hurt my back.
Strained it. Yeah.
Well, I tried to blow it off, and then I went to work, and it had me down. So I went to the doctor, and first thing a doctor did, prescribed me Lortabs. I've never taken anything like that before, and that woke something up in me. At that, I was like, "Hey, after a while, if one will do that, what will two do?" Or at one time I was taking 10 Lortab 10s at one time, and that's crazy.
Yeah, to hear that out loud, it just.
Yeah, actually, they had graduated me, and at one time I was getting more OxyContin than a cancer patient was. I was getting 90 OxyContin 80s, 90 OxyContin 40s, and 320 Percocet 10s from one doctor for 5 years like that.
See, I remember I got my wisdom teeth out, and they gave you some in, and they weaned you off. So they didn't wean you off; they just.
Well, I got cut off. See,
So they just
I
cut you
couldn't
cold
get that.
turkey.
Wasn't enough. I was doing 10 OxyContin 80s a day, and I'd go through my medication selling it, doing it and selling it, and thinking I was doing something big, making money, and I wasn't making no money. I was going broke. I went to the methadone clinic and was taking methadone in between, and they drug tested me, and I failed for methadone, so they cut me off.
So the methadone clinic really wasn't a solution.
No, it was a bad problem because I didn't want to do that anymore, so I tried to quit on my own. And that's worse than anything I've been through, I believe.
Yeah, I got a friend. I mean, I won't mention names or anything. That he did that, and he said it's like just 3 days of just pure hell.
No, yeah. I mean, and then I just started doing what I had to do to get pain pills, and that's when I started my jail journey. And you know, they say everything happens for a reason,
Yeah,
and that's made me who I am today. And people can talk about me all they want to, but Bible says if I help just one person, I did what I was supposed to. But we've helped a lot of people, and I got asked to be assistant coach for the baseball team.
yeah, which just took up a lot of your times while we
Yeah,
were
that's
together.
why I haven't been available so much, because I've been trying to help these boys up here and these high school kids nowadays. Lord have mercy, their attitudes stink.
Oh yeah,
They've got a bad sense of entitlement, and they have no respect. So now some of them do. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part, no.
yeah, and it's the ones that do that that makes that.
And
for
then that
everyone.
baseball team, oh, they was thinking they was gangsters and throwing the F-bomb around and God's name in vain. And I said, hold up. I looked at Rick, the head coach, and I was like, if this is going to go on, I ain't doing this. I can't handle this. And they quit. They got enough respect that they'd watch their mouth around me anyway. And what I was getting to with that, they had to do a background check for me to get cleared.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna be around kids.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a sex offender, but I got all these
But still,
felonies.
they gotta do the background check.
I got 19 felonies. Well, actually, just 8 now, because some of them went away. And I just figured, well, this ain't going to happen. My record's going to kill me. But I want you to know, somebody went to bat for me, and they said everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
And they'd known of my baseball, how good I was, and softball, and then I knew the game of baseball. And I actually got certified to drive one of the small buses. You believe that?
Oh, wow.
And that
But
don't
you
happen.
used to be a bus driver.
Yeah, but I couldn't drive I can't get my license to be a big bus, but I can drive the mini buses, and that just don't happen.
So it's like everything's paying off. It's all coming
Yeah,
around.
because
It's a
the
long
work
journey,
I
but you gotta
did
stay.
right, for what I've reaped, or that you reap what you sow, and for what I've sowed, I'm starting to reap, and I kind of have been second guessing myself a lot here late in the past too, especially after I got attacked like I did. That guy putting all that bogus stuff on Facebook about me and Todd's place, and I stole money and this, that, and the other. But that's on him. Uh, Jealousy and envy is a lot bad mojo.
You can't control what other people do. You can only control.
I'm not
your
going to let them
environment.
have that much power over me.
Right. That's good.
I'm going to dictate the power I have, and that's not going to fall on. If they want to talk smack about me, if I helped this guy get his life back together, he was a meth addict and had lost his home, lost his kids, and all that came back together. And if he's mad at me, he's alive, and that's all that matters.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
He can have hard feelings towards me and say what he wants to, but he's alive. And God had me help have a hand in that, and that's all that matters.
Well, yeah, as long as you got a clear conscience,
That's
and
all
you know
matters.
that you've done what you did.
Right. I seen Ginger and a little podcast I couldn't be at, and she's got quite. There's a lot of big testimonies out there
Oh yeah.
of people if we can get them on here and get them to share some of their story. I'm working on William Neese to see if I can get William. He's hesitant but I believe I'm going to get him on here.
got a-
we're gonna get him on here.
I
I
got a
say
couple
I, but
people
I
in
mean
mind.
we.
But I got a couple of mine too that I'm just not sure they're ready to go, but they got quite the story
But
too.
you can see who's, like you was talking earlier. I was a part of the Jerry. Man, Jerry's been in my corner the whole time. No matter how bad
Sheriff Good.
Sheriff Gooden, I'm sorry.
Well, just for anybody that don't quite.
Him and his brother Terry, that was a state representative, they've been right there through thick and right there, and those are good men right there.
And I've heard reactions from those podcasts.
Yeah.
And from Rogers too.
Roger graduated Indiana Wesleyan College. He's going to be a tax. He's going to be an accountant.
Well, no, you mentioned he was.
He
taking
graduated.
classes,
He's got his associate's degree. Now he's going on for his bachelor's degree.
which shows you it's never too late. I
No,
mean, he went through all that.
and it goes to show you that addicts aren't bad people. They just made some bad decisions
They get exactly bad decision, misdirection,
around the wrong
mislistening to
people.
wrong people, wrong advice.
We're like sponges. We soak up what we put ourselves around.
And it don't matter how old you are. My
Mm-mm.
wife was just talking about how, just like your everyday news, they'll drive it into your head one thing, and that's all you hear. And she said there was a study where it was a picture of a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
There's 50 people in the room, and 49 of them said it was a square. So when they got to that 50th one, even though they knew it was a triangle, they were afraid to say it was anything but a square because they didn't want to go against the system. And that's kind of like the news.
That's what's wrong with the world today.
They pound it in your head one thing instead of being objective. And
I don't listen. I listen to just enough news to get the weather and stuff, but I don't listen to all that other stuff.
you just got to be able to form your own opinion.
Yep.
And I've been lucky enough. I've done that for the most part. I think I'm sure I've had my moments. Everybody does.
Everybody does. That's life. All this rain and stuff, and this climate change, and that's biblical.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk about that, but if you don't know Jesus Christ, you need to get to know Him, because you're getting to where we can't tell season from season, and that's biblical. And I just hope, pray we don't want. It says no man be left behind. We don't. I want to see I want a mansion with many rooms. It says I'm gonna be blessed with a mansion with many rooms. So I want as many of my friends with me. I want to be like high school. Stand around
fantastic. Yeah.
Stand around the bookshelves and have a chat.
Yeah.
Well, that was a day. That was a time.
One of the best things was getting there just a little bit early, so where you can walk around the hallways and
chat.
see what happened the night before.
Yep. Them was the good old days. Boy, the girls went to the Final Four, and then the boys wasn't in class and then we went on the senior trip. So there's 2 months we didn't do nothing.
We had a
good time.
We had a magical time during it. We had such a great period.
Special, man.
We got that coming up. Any of our classmates watching, come join us at the class reunion. We'd love to
Absolutely.
see everybody.
Well, I seen Stephanie Lapp, or whatever. What is her last name? I was at Walmart in Seymour, and she didn't. I asked her if she was coming, and she said she's thinking about it. There's something holding her back. I was like, I said, come be with us.
I'd heard some stuff, but I don't want to.
Right, that's the way. I said, come on, be with us.
Can't find a better person than her. She was always one of the top-notch people.
Happy-go-lucky.
So yeah, I don't think I've seen her much since.
No, she's teaching in Seymour now, and I could tell something was burden. There was a burden upon her. But we'll pray about that.
Yeah,
I hope that she comes.
But we're getting a little bit off track here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But that's what we do. We have a conversation. We see where it leads. So maybe somebody will see that and reach out to her, or
Never be ashamed of your story. No matter, I've been the worst of the worst, trust me. And as bad as you think it is, it's going to be good for somebody else to see that you're willing to share that. And that's going to help somebody break the silence, break that chain, and get them to reach out and want some help. So please reach out to us and want to share your story. That's what this is for.
That's a good note to go ahead and wrap this up.
Yes.
And then we'll see when we get together soon. But like I said, if anybody's got a testimony or a story they want to share, mention Ginger. I know her book's getting ready to come out. I think next
Mine's
month.
getting ready to come out.
Well, yeah.
Deep Waters is the name of it. I'm just going to let that be right now until I get it.
Okay, well, you get that together, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So I imagine you're just going to go
It's
through
about 300 pages.
and you're going to just cover
Yeah.
kind of what we've been covering
Nucleus
more
of it.
detail.
Yeah. I sat down and while I was at Todd's place and wrote that.
Did you ever think you'd be a writer?
No, especially in school.
But then you got something to tell.
But I'll tell you what helped me more than anything, Miss Buchanan and them
Yeah.
flashcards.
Well, she just passed away.
Yeah.
God rest her soul. She's another one of the best.
That speech and comp class and English. Can't beat her. Couldn't beat her.
Yeah. So.
God rest her soul.
So yeah, please reach out and then just don't let it get to the point of no return because.
We don't want to get to the point of return.
So until the next time, hopefully it won't be as long. We'll be seeing you around.
All right. Have a good time.